walk up to the town, you're going to find yourself at a bridge with a main watchtower. You notice that there's some men there with what looks like to be some sort of crude weaponry, mostly firearms. You see what basically seems like a small guard. Just looks small, but he's actually just sitting inside of a guard tower. And he sort of waves you guys across the bridge.
I would like to wave back.
And he just looks at you kind of funny.
I wink flirtatiously at him.
He puts his hand on his sidearm.
I put my hand on my short sword.
All right.
That's a good idea. We're not even in the town yet.
So that's where you guys are coming from.
Where did we come from?
We came from Beecher?
Was
No.
it Beecher?
No. Fuck.
Fort Lauderdale.
We just came from training at that place.
Yeah, what was the place called?
I fucking didn't write it down.
Aye, see, you guys got to keep pen and paper.
Mendoza sent us this way.
Oh, Mendoza.
Nice.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. I mean, we're just trying to keep everything safe. Got word there's some bandits in the area. They've actually been kind of terrorizing the town. We've seen them looting, stealing. They've been smuggling in some smoke herb and things like that. We're trying to cut down on that. We don't need the vagrancy. This is a small town. We don't need this to be some sort of thieves' den, if you know what I mean.
Sure wish they'd legalize smoke herb.
Anyway,
Gotcha.
you guys can go on in. Just walk through the main road, go through the town, maybe buy something if you need it.
Copy
All right.
that.
Welcome to Clearstone.
Thank you. What's your name?
It's Sabi. So you walk through the gates and you notice it's like a small town. Sort of looks like a western town of sorts.
So, where do you guys want to go?
I forgot what we were doing here.
We had discs or something we had to give to someone.
Yeah, keep your voice down. You can't be saying that shit in public.
Let's go talk to the mayor.
Okay, you head to the mayor's house.
I look at Oslo and go, what the fuck was that?
As you head inside, you notice that there's a big waiting room. You notice that there's a receptionist in the end near the back, and she sort of just cocks an eyebrow and she goes, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, we want to talk to that guy in the back.
You mean the mayor?
Yeah, the mayor.
All right. Do you have an appointment, or is there any reason why you need to be seeing the mayor right now? I mean, he's a little busy right now.
One of the rangers sent us, Mendoza.
Oh, Mendoza. Yeah, we deal with him. He tell you about the problems we've been having? She gets up, she walks over to the door, opens it, closes it, and then about 10 seconds later, she goes outside, waves you guys over, opens the door, goes back to her desk.
What'd he say?
Oh, he said, you can go on in.
Well, why didn't you tell us that?
Kind of looks, he was like, oh, it's good to see new volunteers stepping up to help us.
Do we tell him about the disc? Do we bring that up now? Or?
Let's see what he's got going on in town.
So what about this volunteer business, bandits and all that?
He sort of gets up, looks out of his window, starts parting the curtains a little bit, give it a little more light, and he says, well, lately, we haven't had any bandit problems. We're just a small town. We do light trade of anything that comes outside of the city. Mostly people come here to stock up and rest because the city's too much. But that's been slowing down since we've been having bandit attacks for the past month. We don't know
You
where
just
they're
said you
coming
weren't
from.
having bandit problems. Get your story straight, mayor.
No, he said he was having bandit problems.
He said they weren't. And then he said there were.
When did he say they
It
weren't?
means outside of town.
No.
Yeah, we weren't having bandit problems until now.
Oh, you see, I just misunderstood you there. I'm sorry. Go ahead with your story.
It's all right. I'll talk to you much more slowly. That will help you. And he
Excellent.
starts doing hand sign like the bandits only came very recently.
Are you worried that they killed the last mayor and you're the mayor now?
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone's scared here, but we're gonna fight for what we believe is our right. Either get them to leave or just take care of them for us. You do that, you'll be in some good deeds, and I'll put a good word for you up in Northern Liberties.
All right,
I'm in.
Thanks. Yeah, let's do it.
So he walks over his desk, he starts ruffling through some papers, and he pulls out what looks like some sort of folded cardboard, looks like some sort of makeshift folder or file. He says, what I want you to do first is go to this house. They recently burned this down about maybe 3 or 4 days ago. You find anything there, hopefully it'll lead you to where they're at. Randy, what's your passive perception?
11.
When you look through the evidence, you notice there's a burnt piece of charred fabric It looks familiar to you. You can't really tell why, but it's like you've seen it somewhere before.
So I don't remember where it's from.
It's like it's on the tip of your tongue, but you can't really remember where you've seen it before.
I think I've seen this thing before.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember where.
What do you guys think of that mayor?
I think he was uninteresting.
I don't know. I get a feeling those bandits were looking for that disc, since they kept burning down houses, multiple houses.
Yeah, as you walk up to the building, you notice that you still have this whiff of what smells like charcoal, burnt ash.
I'm gonna check for tracks.
It's very hard to discern where there are any footprints or tracks, mostly because there's so much soot and stuff. And then you start seeing footprints as you get away from the dirt and the soot, heading off into the trees in the back.
I'm gonna stick my fingers in the track and taste it.
You get a small earthy mixture combination of what tastes like clay mud and burnt ash. All right, you walk in what looks like to be somewhat of a living area, completely charred and devoid of any life. You notice that there are some white chalk outlines in some places, but it looked like there were bodies found there.
Yeah, I'd like to investigate the source of the fire.
Looks like the source of the fire came from the front of the house. It looks like maybe the house was set on fire first, and it just burnt its way through the house as the fire went on.
Maybe they were having a party.
Look at Ozzo like, all right, yeah, no, that's a theory.
I want to check around the fireplace, again and around the fireplace.
All right. Yeah, you notice that inside of the fireplace, there's actually a chain hanging. What's weird is that there's no sort of door or latch tied to the chain, but it leads into the brick.
All right, I'll pull the chain.
As you pull the chain, you notice that as you pull, the back of the fireplace opens up, and there's like a small shelving area. Inside, you see what sort of looks like a crumpled note.
I'll check the note.
It says, "The custodians seem to have tracked us down. They may be looking for the next disc."
Looks like they are after the disc. I found this note. I wanted to kind of present the note to everybody.
Where'd you find that?
The fireplace.
What is this, the fucking Goonies?
It said that the custodians coming after the disc.
There's more. The custodians seem to be getting closer to finding the next disc nearby. We'll have to inform Banner that they might have to start moving or make preparations to leave Northern Liberties. The last thing we need is more bloodshed, especially in a major city. As I write this, we're preparing all of the documentation and everything needed to travel to the other town. We'll be able to head north too, and then it just ends with a lot of ink splatters, and that's it.
Shit, all right, so at least we got a direction north.
So north to the castle of.
The custodians were the one that murdered your town.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep following the tracks.
As you get closer and closer into the woods, it starts getting thick, and the tracks actually get a little heavier. You also start noticing that the blades of grass are somewhat stained with what looks like some sort of brown liquid.
lick it.
I found some tracks that are leading off into the woods.
Why don't you follow them?
I am following them. Someone want to come with me?
I mean, why don't you follow them off a cliff?
Why don't you follow them and go fuck yourself?
Guys,
Sorry.
guys.
Sorry for the outburst.
Just as you get in, you notice that there's a small circular area where there's no trees, and there's a single tree. And you notice what looks like a crouched person behind it.
Come out from behind that tree.
They don't move.
I walk around the tree to where they are.
All right, you notice that there is a man there. It looks like he died on that tree with a wound to his abdomen, and he's clutching what appears to be some sort of device.
I respectfully pull the device from his dead cold hands.
Okay, it looks like a small device. It has a small screen on the front. It says microphone on the top. It looks like it has like a small speaker.
What do you got there?
It says recorder on it. I look for any buttons on it.
There's a button that says power on off, and it just shows 2 files. Opening one of 2, it seems like the person who was here was typing out small notes of specific things, like having to go to town, making sure that the papers were all written up. It seemed like he was some sort of investigative journalist in the town, and he was writing the papers.
Oh, I'm gonna walk over to his body and try to find out his name, maybe ID.
He has what looks like a leaflet with his name. It says Oliver.
Don't humanize him.
Well, now we can go report it back to the people of Clearstone.
Let's see what this other file says.
You start hearing him talk. He starts saying,
Oh yeah.
"Fuck, I don't know how long I'll last out here, but this has to get out. I was doing a piece on the custodians. They took my notes. They know the whereabouts of Banner. If they find her, she's dead, and so is the rest of the island. I'm gonna sleep now."
I say, well, nothing useful here, and throw it on the ground.
You throw the recorder on the ground, and the back pops open and the batteries spill out.
Put a blanket over his head or something. I don't know. We don't have time to bury him though.
All right.
Actually, let's bring him back to town. Oslo, you want to carry this guy? You're strong. You're a fisherman and stuff, you know.
Yeah. I pick up the dead guy.
You pick up the dead guy. You head back into town. You're also greeted by Sabi. He
Hey,
says,
Sabi.
Hey, you guys are. What's that?
It's a dead body.
Dead body? Did you find that at the fire scene?
Well, sorta. It was off in the woods, but
All right, you guys leave the body here. We'll make sure that we'll identify it and find out.
Yeah, I think it's Oliver.
He
That
looks
name
at
ring
you.
a bell?
He looks at you shocked, and he's just like, "Oh fuck, not Oliver."
I lay Ollie on the ground and pat him on the head and walk with the party.
I wink at Sabi as we walk to the mayor's house.
He just looks at you like, "Really? Like right now?"
Yeah, really.